6 seconds. That's all you had. And somehow Vine made 6 seconds feel like magic. Before TikTok, before Reels, before Stories, Vine changed the internet. It gave birth to viral culture, new memes, internet celebrities, and an entire way of making content that still shapes social media today. And then, just as fast, it was dead. So what happened? How did Vine spark a creative revolution and then get killed off by its own parent company? Stick around, because today we're diving into how Vine changed the internet and why it didn't survive. And trust me, this story is packed with lessons every creator and platform should know. The birth of Vine. Vine started with a simple idea: short, looping videos just 6 seconds long. Founded in 2012 by Dom Hoffman, Russ Yusupov, and Colin Kroll, Vine wasn't built to compete with YouTube. It was about quick, shareable moments. Twitter bought Vine before it even launched, seeing its potential to complement its platform. In January 2013, Vine launched on iOS, and it exploded. Users loved the creative constraint. 6 seconds forced clever editing, punchy jokes, and addictive loops. Suddenly, the internet had a new toy, and people were hooked. Vine wasn't about polished video. It was raw, funny, weird, and viral. A new kind of internet culture was being born. The rise of a new creative class. Vine gave rise to a whole new kind of creator. It wasn't about fancy cameras or studios. All you needed was a phone and a good idea. Creators like King Bach, Lil Pons, Cody Ko, Brittany Ferlin, and Logan Paul blew up on Vine. Vine introduced new comedy styles, jump cuts, visual loops, and the fast, meme-driven humor that dominates the internet today. And for many of these creators, Vine was a launchpad. They later became massive YouTubers, actors, musicians, and influencers. Vine proved that short-form video could make stars, something no one had really cracked at that time. It was democratizing internet fame, 6 seconds at a time. The looping magic, one of Vine's most genius features. The loop. Vines didn't just end. They looped automatically. That simple mechanic made videos infinitely rewatchable. Creators quickly learned to edit around the loop, crafting punchlines or visuals that were funnier or more surprising on repeat. It made content addictive. You'd watch a single Vine 10 times without even realizing. And because Vine's videos were so short, they spread fast on Twitter, Tumblr, and Reddit. The loop mechanic would later inspire features in platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels. Vine showed that short, looping video wasn't just entertaining. It was viral by design. The internet was hooked. Community and culture. Vine didn't just create a format, it built a culture. The app had a distinct vibe: weird, funny, chaotic, fast-paced. Inside jokes, remix culture, niche communities, all thrived on Vine. Sound bites from Vines became memes. Visual gags spread across the internet. In many ways, Vine invented the modern meme ecosystem, where audio and visuals combined to create viral trends. And it felt communal. You weren't just watching, you were participating, remixing, replying, creating your own spin. That sense of culture is what made Vine so sticky, and it's something modern platforms, like TikTok, learn to replicate. But Vine did it first. Twitter's missed opportunity. Here's where the story turns. Twitter owned Vine, but didn't know what to do with it. Instead of nurturing the platform, investing in monetization, or supporting creators, Twitter left Vine underfunded and neglected. There was no revenue model, no creator payouts, no push for innovation. Meanwhile, Instagram added video, and Snapchat was rising fast. Creators, frustrated by Vine's lack of support, started migrating to YouTube and other platforms where they could actually earn money. Twitter had a golden opportunity. Vine could have been what TikTok became. But the company didn't prioritize it, and the window started to close. The rise of competition. By 2015, Vine was facing serious competition. Instagram allowed longer videos. Snapchat stories were exploding. YouTube remained the king of video and started embracing short-form content too. Meanwhile, Vine hadn't evolved. The app was still 6-second videos. No revenue sharing, no new tools for creators, no discovery improvements. And the influencers who made Vine popular, they were moving on. Without its stars, Vine's growth slowed. Engagement dropped. And because Vine wasn't making money, Twitter didn't want to pour in more resources. It was a classic case of innovate or die. And Vine wasn't innovating fast enough. The creators tried to save it. Here's a lesser-known chapter: Vine's top creators tried to save it. In 2016, a group of Vine's biggest stars, including Logan Paul, met with Twitter XX. They proposed a deal: pay creators, build a revenue model, and help keep the community alive. They asked for about $1.2 million, split across the top 18 creators. Peanuts compared to Vine's potential value, but Twitter said no. Without incentives or support, more creators left. Vine's content pipeline dried up. It wasn't the audience that killed Vine. It was creator flight, and Twitter let it happen. The shutdown in October 2016. Twitter announced Vine would shut down. It was shocking, but in hindsight inevitable. Vine had no revenue model, no product evolution, no creator loyalty left. And Twitter was struggling financially. They saw Vine as a cost, not an asset. The shutdown was met with huge backlash online. Vine compilations trended for weeks. The community mourned. Because even though Vine was flawed, it had changed internet culture. It proved that short-form video could be creative, funny, and viral. And it left behind an army of creators who were now moving to new platforms, ready to shape what came next. Vine's impact on modern platforms. You can draw a straight line from Vine to TikTok: the editing style, the humor, the sound-driven memes, the remix culture. All of it started on Vine. TikTok simply expanded the canvas: longer videos, better tools, smarter algorithms, and actual creator monetization. But the DNA, that's pure Vine. Many of TikTok's early stars grew up on Vine. The cultural references, the comedic pacing, the visual language, all trace back to Vine's influence. So while Vine died as a platform, it won as an idea. It shaped the future of how we consume and create short-form video online. The missed billion-dollar opportunity. Looking back, Vine could have been a billion-dollar platform. If Twitter had invested in monetization, evolved the product, and supported its creators, Vine could have owned short-form video. It had first-mover advantage. It had cultural cash. It had a built-in creator economy before creator economy was even a buzzword. But Twitter fumbled it, focusing on short-term cost cutting instead of long-term potential. Today, TikTok is worth hundreds of billions. Instagram Reels generates massive ad revenue. YouTube Shorts is booming. Vine could have been leading that space. Instead, it's a what could have been story. And one of the biggest missed opportunities in social media history. Why creators matter most. One of the biggest lessons from Vine's story. Creators matter more than platforms. Vine was driven by its stars, not its tech. When those creators weren't supported, they left. And when they left, the audience followed. Modern platforms learned this. TikTok pays creators. YouTube shares ad revenue. Instagram courts influencers aggressively. No matter how good your product is, if you don't invest in your creators, they'll take their talents elsewhere. Vine proved this painfully. And today's creator economy, where creators have leverage and platforms compete for them, exists in part because Vine showed what happens when you ignore that reality. Vine's place in internet history. So where does Vine fit in internet history? It's the platform that changed how we think about video. It proved that short, punchy, creator-driven content could dominate culture. It gave us a generation of internet stars. It shaped meme culture. It influenced how modern apps are designed. And even though it died, Vine's DNA lives on. In TikTok, Reels, Shorts, and beyond. It's a reminder that format matters, community matters, and supporting creators is everything. Vine wasn't just an app, it was a movement. And its lessons still echo through every corner of the modern internet. And that's how Vine changed the internet and got killed. It started a revolution. It shaped culture. But it got fumbled and left the door open for the next wave. What do you think Vine's biggest mistake was? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them. And hey, if you enjoyed this dive, give it a like, share it, and subscribe for more stories about the tech that shaped our world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.